don't you have a makes you? Where's our John Cena music?
Oh God, seriously. Is Mickey preparing it? I'm hearing something. And it's the TMG Podcast. This is episode 61.
You're back.
I'm back. Yes, I am back. It's a Sunday. Oh, yeah, it's a Sunday. December 7th, 2014. And this is Carlos, and with me is Will.
Hello.
And Miggy.
Hi. And John Cena.
And John Cena somewhere there. Don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, this is a podcast about everything video games. And there's a lot to talk about. I mean, I keep on saying every episode, but this one's actually pretty true already. We got the Game Awards, 2014, you know, where
which
we
I still
actually
think
have
is a
that.
dumb name for an award show. I mean,
I don't know. We'll have a new name next year anyway. They change it every year. VGX last year, this now Game Awards. I don't know what the hell it's going to change. But after that, we're also going to talk about the PlayStation Experience, which also happened right after the Game Awards. And those two events pretty much had a couple of megatons and a couple of good announcements for, well, mostly PlayStation and, you know, some for multi-platform games. So, yeah, but before we all hit that, Miggy, I heard that you have a game but me and Will kind of don't know. What is that again? Just to, you know.
I've been playing Crossy Roads.
Yeah, I can't even get the name.
How do you not know about Crossy Roads?
I don't know. You just said it a while ago, and I'm just like confused. That's why I'm going straight to you, because I got nothing. What is it?
Is it like Flappy Birds? But
if Flappy Birds makes you want to pull your hair out, this will make you want to keep going.
Okay.
Because it's you know that Game Jam game 420 Blaze It something whatever.
Right.
The FPS with the Doritos and Mountain Dew power-ups.
I do know that game.
I kind of
yeah. So that guy made a mobile game called Crossy Roads, which is like the easiest way to describe it is an infinite Frogger, where you gotta like cross the street basically.
Oh God, Crossroad. Oh wait, it's PC, right?
No, it's on mobile. I'm not sure if it's on PC.
Okay.
Yeah, but it looks a lot better than you think, because imagine the art style of like 3D dot game heroes, where everything's are like 3D square blocks.
Yeah, that's one
like different sizes.
I like that graphics actually. That's actually one graphic but people hardly even utilize.
But you like the old school kind of like, well, actually,
no, just like how 3D dot heroes is. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like the classy 3D pixel art where it's like modern shadows, but just everything's just different sized squares.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that. Then you basically just tap to step forward, swipe to go sidestep, and swipe down to go back like a step or whatever. And,
all right.
The stages are randomized every time you load.
Procedurally generated.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing now.
Revolutionary.
It is a thing now, procedurally generated.
Yeah, no, it is. Okay, go ahead.
You gotta cross the road, avoid the cars, the trucks. You occasionally have to cross a river by hopping on logs. And if you don't move for a period of time and the screen scrolls past you, I think you get eaten by a bird or something. Because
oh yeah, you're a frog, right? Yeah.
You're actually not. What are you? Your first character is a chicken, because you got to let the chicken cross the road. Get it?
And a bird gets a chicken?
I don't know. Yeah, birds eat birds in this world. It's weird.
Yeah, birds don't eat chickens, right?
No, like we have birds who eat other birds in real life. So.
Well, yeah.
Is that bird cannibalism? I don't know.
Bird cannibalism. I think that's.
But it gets even better because like I think the first time I played it, I got 72 steps ahead, which I didn't reach agad for a few other tries. So when I died the first time, which I think I fell into the water or something, I got another character. I unlocked a secret character.
There's unlocking. Okay.
Yes, I unlocked an old man.
Shit.
An old man to cross.
Yeah, he's an old man. He's bald. He's got a big beard. He's got a cane. Excuse me. And when he crosses the road, he makes like old man like grunts like, and like because I
Okay. Wait, okay. You're playing as an old man. What does the bird do to the old man?
I don't know. Probably the
It
same.
never happened?
But like,
It just-
there's a lot of characters in this game. Surprisingly.
Okay. So there's unlocks for this somewhat semi-endless
Yeah.
Frogger.
You can pick up like, I think it's just a gold coin, and every 100 gold coins you can get a new gift, which is a random character unlock.
Random character, okay.
And for the most part, the characters don't add anything new. Like they just have different grunts and groans, which is like hilarious sometimes. But then some characters actually change a few things on the stage. Like I think there's a Frankenstein guy, and when you get him, everything is like a old school film reel with like
the black and white,
black and white
yeah, okay.
filter vignette, whatever,
Frankie.
and some other stuff like that. So it's neat, and you know how mobile games are very in your face with ads.
It's somewhat similar, or it's completely different?
No, it's different because I don't think there are actually. Well, there are ads, pero every time you like die or something, you occasionally would get those. I know. Click here to get gold.
A life or gold.
So, like,
okay.
watch this video for 15 seconds to get gold and all that.
Mm.
So like you can do that sometimes, and occasionally the game will just ask, "Hey, you want to pay 99 cents for this character?" And that's basically just it.
But it's not always in your face, but every now and then you get
now and then lang. So and like the rewards per like video watch get lower and lower the more you do it. So there's also incentive to just actually just pick up crap, and every 30 minutes it actually gives you an extra reward, mostly gold, so you can just get characters.
Okay, so it's not really like hindering you, like you have to get.
No, it's not. And you know, naman how like a lot of mobile games, when they ask you to watch a video ad, like they crash or something like that.
Yeah.
The video doesn't load. This one seems to work like really fine. Even with my shit internet, I was able to watch every video ad so far.
I don't know. When it comes to video ads, if I see like if they ask me to watch a video, I'm not playing your game ever again. That's how I do.
I like how unintrusive the ads are, and it actually
yeah.
records you properly every time.
Is it a very inappropriate ad, or is it not? It's completely just out of the ball.
It's always 15 minutes then. 15 seconds. 15-second video ads of like other mobile games.
Okay. And this is what's it called again? I keep
Crossy Roads.
Crossy Road. Crossy Roads, and it's a Frogger-ish game, free to play, obviously.
It does another thing like differently from most games. You know how like most syempre mobile devices have a front camera for like video chat and whatnot. There's a mode here where you can actually face cam yourself while playing the game, and it'll save a replay that you can then upload to like YouTube or Facebook after.
That's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, and if you like break your old record or something, you can save a screenshot, then you post it to social networks and all that.
Yeah.
It would actually post like the way you died at a different angle from like what you see in the gameplay. So like when I got up to 151, which is my top score right now, I was using like a little black bird, and I hit the side of a taxi. That's my screenshot on Facebook from a different angle.
Oh, I'll check that out now, actually.
Yeah.
You know, actually, when it greatly reminds me of actually Flappy Birds. I don't know why, but you know how like when you succeed in a certain point or like going through a pipe, you get a point.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing, right? And then I kind of got more points, and I think my highest score in Flappy Birds was 72. And that day I got it. I got that score. Everybody was like freaking out. I got it. I shared it in social media, and this is one big example of why you should not have your boss as a friend. Because when he saw that, he barged into the door and says, "You're not working. Obviously, you're obviously not working because you have 3 posts in a matter of an hour of your score continuously growing." And I said, sorry.
You got busted.
I got so busted. And he got mad because his score was 52.
That's probably why he got mad.
I think that's probably why. I think it was the first one. The next one was him. But anyway.
So yeah, get Crossy Road. It's freaking great.
You know what? Phones, by the way. Phones, pads,
Yeah.
iPads.
I'm playing it on iPad, and it's fun.
Nice. Well, for me, I was playing a game, actually a couple of times before I actually went to, the wedding. By the way, I wasn't in space. Well, I was in space, but I was in
Wedding.
I was in a space wedding. In an island. I was in a space wedding in an island. And before I headed there, I bought I forgot what sale that was in the PS4, but, Resogun, one of the first games it's part of the lineup of the PS4 launch in a sense. It's a digital game. It was, I think, $6 or $5 when I think it was 70% off. I didn't even think about it. I had $6. I picked it up right away. So I got it. I started playing it, and it's a side-scrolling shooter with it has one of the most busiest screens I've ever seen when it comes to what's going on in that game. Because every time I shoot something, every time something blows up, every time anything that gets hit, gets exploded, will just
particles
burst
everywhere.
Particles everywhere. Like, it's insane. And I highly suggest you guys do not play this game, like, up close. It's so flashy. It's actually pretty pretty. And I think also in the end of the stage, once you've cleared it, the whole thing blows up. And then there's more particles everywhere. They're going ape shit with the particle explosions and everything. But, yeah. Overall, though, I was playing it. It's like how's the best way I can describe it? It's a side-scroller shooter. You're pretty much just destroying all the enemies from the left side and the right side, and occasionally you can save the last humans, quote unquote, by destroying this series of enemies. Once you destroy these glowing enemies, you can unlock a human. You can pick it up. You can pick them up and send them into some portal, and you get some upgrades. And I was actually pretty surprised that after maybe, like, once I downloaded this game, I booted it up, I installed it and everything, and I think just 3 hours just passed by. Just me constantly playing the game.
Well, it's always a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, because it was like a lot of fun. The controls were very snappy. It was really cool. It's not necessarily side-scrolling shooter. It's more like you're going around the stage. It's like a circular cylinder stage where if you're going left, you're going around the stage. And occasionally, if you find like you have a human on the far end, you have to like go around it, and then pick it up. And then there's so much things going around. You have R2 for bomb, you have L1 for the dash, and you need all of that to survive. You get some shields to protect your ship, weapon upgrades that you get, and there are so many enemies that have different kinds of behaviors and shapes, which makes it. I don't know, I think I'm up to stage 4, and it just keeps on getting a little bit more interesting and more diverse as I keep playing. And me being old school, once I've died, like, I'm dead, and then I have the option to continue from where I left off, but then I have 2 lives, right? But my score will be back to 0. I am being a little bit hard-headed in that sense because if I do die, I just start the game all the way from the start because I kind of want to beat my high score. Like just like an old school where like once you play the game or like a stick shooter or whatever, and you die and you have no more tokens, and then the continue is over. You pretty much have to play the game all over again, right?
Is it
right?
Does your score really?
I kind of do that.
Does your score really drop to 0, or do you just lose all your multipliers?
You lose your multipliers. You will lose it if you do not shoot a single enemy in like a matter of maybe 3 or 4 seconds. That's when you lose your multiplier. You'll also lose your multiplier if you die, or if a human gets abducted. Because apparently the ships abduct humans. Anyway, so that happens, and your overall score gets erased once you run out of lives, and then you have the option to continue again with a whole new set of lives and the same amount of upgrades, but with 0 score. I actually had fun with the fact of getting a higher score to the point where I'm done. I go straight to the first stage and then do it again, stage 1 to stage 4. And it's kind of more tedious and more of a hardcore way of doing it, but I actually have a lot of fun doing it that way. Like going straight from the start and then doing it like that.
Mm.
And it's actually, I don't know how far off I am right now. I think I'm up to the 4th stage. There's also a ship editor, which I haven't even dabbled
I
with,
didn't know that.
but apparently I think there's for me 3 or 4 basic ships with the specific weapon types. And I think there's one ship that's all pure lasers and the other one's maybe double lasers and some rockets. So you can, when you create your own ship, your own shape and everything, you can choose either one of the 3 presets of what kind of weapons you'd like to use for that ship. So you can make your own ship, and also you can actually download people's other ships. And then people get really creative with these kinds of with the ship editor. I actually downloaded the Enterprise. Someone actually made the Enterprise, and that's my ship right now.
Like a mini Enterprise.
Mini Enterprise, and it's actually pretty awesome. And I think I also found one of Firefly.
All right.
And so it's actually pretty cool. And then the maneuvers and the stats are all based on the 3 presets. But yeah, I'm playing that. I was actually pretty neat right after before I left for space. And shit, man. If anybody hasn't bought Resogun, I think I pretty much now understand why everybody was saying that this is one of the best games to come out together with the PS4. Because when the PS4 came out, as much as, Killzone was awesome, Knack was amazing, and everything, it was Resogun, which was considered to be the best PS4 game on launch.
And I can see almost everyone had it because it was the free game for PS Plus.
Yeah, when the PS4 came out and the PS Plus was already now officially with it's already online. The first PS Plus offering for PS4 players was Resogun, and yeah, everybody loved it. And I was excited when I saw the sale. I picked it up. Now I completely understand why. So for those who are actually looking for a good stick shooter, it's not so big. I think it's less than 1 gig actually. Even at $15, I think the full price is $15. Even at $15, I think it's well worth your full admission. But yeah, that's it. I'm definitely going to play more of it. And I'm actually considering to buy the expansion. They have an expansion of some kind of survival mode. But I don't know if I want to spend $5 for that one. Or something like that. But there. And I want to talk about Dragon Age, but that's going to take a whole episode, I think. Because that's what
I've been playing mainly too. But actually, I want to save my discussion for
we want to save it
some of the awards, because Dragon Age was a big part actually of the award ceremonies.
Surprisingly enough, it was a big part of the Game Awards, which we will talk right now. Actually, we will start talking about the Game Awards, which happened last Friday. When did it exactly happen? But it happened this weekend.
December 5 in the States.
Yep.
Okay, December 5. So it's around 6 for us. And essentially, this is pretty much the biggest game show. I mean, when they award games for their performance and different kinds of the best genre, the best kind of game in this genre, best kind of game for graphics or whatnot. This is apparently the best show.
Well, this was actually it's basically last year's VGX is this year's Game Awards. They changed the name. I actually don't know why they changed the name. Do you have any idea why they?
It might be produced by Ubisoft. They like changing it yearly. That's my guess. Because last year was VGX. The other year was VGA.
I think it's partially to do because I remember the VGX was such a mess as far as the show went, and it sort of became a bit of a internet joke about how messed up and how awkward it was as a show overall. So this year, I guess they try to go. I just find it such a boring name. The Game Award.
You said that game trailers wasn't a part of this event, right?
Yeah, and, from what I know, Spike TV is not part of it. Actually.
I heard that this all came out from Jeff Keighley's own pocket. So maybe he couldn't get the old title because it's linked to Spike TV or something.
Maybe that's a good reason why.
It's still a dumb fucking name. Like
I'm pretty sure this still is sponsored by Dew and Doritos.
No, and he's so hard-headed. Like, seriously, you're gonna push, like, well, if it's really true that he used his own money or, he funded this whole thing, really? Like, you don't want, were you that adamant to find, to be we need the Game Awards this year. It has to happen. I mean,
and no one really,
based on
really takes these Game Awards seriously except, like, the publishers. Like, who then they can, like, slap on a big, like, winner of this many Game of the Year awards, etc.
Yeah, they can put it on their Game of the Year version with all the awards.
I know when it comes to entertainment mediums like music and movies, when they have those big award shows like Oscars or the VMAs or whatever, when you check those nominations, when you check who wins, occasionally majority of the people will look kind of like, oh, that's well deserved or whatever. Here, for the past 3 years for the Game Awards or whatever bullshit name it has, I have never agreed to anything down to the nominations all the way to the winners. Like, I don't understand. 3 years, I've been checking this thing out, not a single agreement between any of the nominations or the winners at all. And it's...
Yeah,
it's funny.
It's like it's super fake.
It does feel fake, and unfortunately, like, I don't know, I don't have a lot of confidence in the validity of some of these choices. Some of them just seem a little... I mean, if you were a casual game player, maybe they could get away with fooling you, but for people like us, who live and breathe this stuff, it's some of it's just a little.
Yeah, and their categories change every year, and they add more crap in it.
Well,
there's more state.
Do you guys want to go through some of the categories and discuss a few of it? Then.
Okay, what's up to you guys? You want to go with the categories or what was revealed? Because I don't know. Let's go with the categories. The worst part of the show. Let's go with the categories.
The worst part. Now, to be fair, some of the choices they made, I do agree with, but a majority of them, I don't.
Okay.
Since you should, but
go ahead, Will.
Since you did want to discuss Dragon Age, let's start with that. Dragon Age won 2 awards this year. The first was for best role-playing game, and the other was Game of the Year. So, as far as best role-playing game, it's competition. I'll just name the nominees here. Bravely Default, Dark Souls 2, Divinity, and South Park: The Stick of Truth. So, there's some, for me personally, I feel it should have been either Divinity or Dark Souls 2 to take that game, to take that award.
I can't really say, I really don't want to say much about Dragon Age. And my main reason why is because I'm not even done playing the game. I can't really say much about it yet. It's a great RPG.
That actually kind of makes also, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Like, it seems like it's too new still to be even, being considered for an award, if you ask me. Like, it literally,
I actually want to know.
Ago, and it's already,
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And I just want to know who actually, votes for, who do the votes.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
The jury and advisors are a bunch of people. There's
a bunch of people.
You wouldn't know the names, but they're all here. They're listed on the website, so you can take a look. They've got guys from Destructoid, GameSpot, Joystick.
Oh, okay, so it's based on critics.
Yeah, this is a Critics' Choice Award, basically. So,
No, well, I can't really. Well, maybe it's like a best RPG because I can't really judge Dragon Age at this point because I am not even close to done. Even though I have 50 hours fucking in my belt already with this game, I don't want to judge Dragon Age yet in terms of if it's the best RPG. But in their nominations, though, I definitely I think you're right. Dark Souls 2, Divinity should be there. And if ever Dragon Age isn't part of that nomination, it should be either one of those two.
Well, it definitely, I think it stacks up there as a nominee. I just don't feel it should have been the winner because, I think it's kind of a flavor of the month thing here. Like, I think it's still too new. It's still very fresh in a lot of these jurors' minds. Dark Souls 2 has been out for a while, but you know how we feel about that game. We love it to death. To death.
I need to get to DLC, even though I say.
The tagline for Dark Souls? Prepare to die again or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, Prepare to Die. It had a Prepare to Die edition for Dark Souls 1, so. But anyway, yeah.
And then
Dragon Age.
Divinity was sort of like a sleeper hit that came out without much fanfare, but got a lot of...
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that.
Good reviews on Steam, and it's usually a top seller during Steam sales as well.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, if everybody's looking for a good PC RPG that you can, besides Dragon Age or Dark Souls, look at Divinity. It's gonna give you a whole, not really a Baldur's Gate feel, but it's really solid in terms of mechanics and, I guess storytelling actually at the same time.
Now, as far as Game of the Year, but here when you look at Game of the Year choices, again, it becomes, nominees for Game of the Year were Bayonetta 2, Dark Souls 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Hearthstone, and then Shadow of Mordor.
Wow, Shadows of Mordor?
Yeah, no one expected that game to do as well as it did. But,
no, it was a good game. I mean, no, I can't say it's a good game. I'm saying that a lot of people liked it.
And they stopped talking about it.
And then...
Not too long after.
See, that's my point. People are talking about Dragon Age now, and so therefore it's still, it's like, I don't know, I just feel it's a flavor of the month thing. I wouldn't have picked it as my Game of the Year out of these choices. Probably Dark Souls 2 or
yeah, Dark Souls 2
would have been my choice.
You guys want to talk about, like, obviously we kind of jumped to, like, the biggest ones of the Game of the Year.
Because we wanted to discuss, like, Dragon Age Inquisition. I love the game, like, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I'm enjoying it, but at this point, I do feel like there's some issues already I'm having. I mean, the main villain is a little bit anemic, in my opinion. There's a little...
The main villain is very, I pity the guy, actually.
It doesn't really seem that threatening, you know? Like, he's sort of like a cartoon villain, like I'll get you next time, Inquisition, you know?
I got foiled by those savage kids.
Yeah, exactly. And then from what I understand, like there's no sense of urgency as like opposed to, well, from what I've heard of the ending, the last fight's a bit of a joke, and my friend kept comparing it to Mass Effect 2, where depending on how things went, your guys could live or die, and he was saying like here, that's not the case. No one's gonna die basically. So, in a way, it's a bit of an illusion. The whole approval system is really not as important as the game makes it seem to be.
Just like the approval system in the Game Awards.
And then, I don't know, I mentioned this to you earlier, I do feel that this game has got so much filler. I mean, to the point where they had to tell people leave the hinterlands, you know?
Yeah, that's actually a big thing where everybody, like, even Dragon Age said, the BioWare team actually said, like, guys, there's shit after hinterlands, by the way. A lot of people
the case was like everyone, since they spent their whole time in the city, but they became over-leveled for everything outside, like for the rest of the game.
Oh, that's a failure of the game design, because that's not...
Would David Cage say that?
No, it's what I've...
Oh, don't put David Cage
but I
in
say
here.
it is, because you have to understand your players are going to play a game in a certain way, and if it doesn't match, if the way you design the game to be played and the way your players are playing the game don't match, there's a failure there somewhere, you know.
That you have a point there. Because obviously they weren't really catering too much to the whole completionists in gamers.
But the thing is, BioWare fans tend to be like that. They tend to go to one area, do everything they can, and then move on, right?
And I'm guessing like the norm or like the regular amount of people, because we have a game like Assassin's Creed, which is like filled with shit, and then we have like Skyrim, which is about the same thing. And we're in a generation now where open worlds are just so everywhere, like Saints Row, now Dragon Age is part of it. And we're just all like, oh, I want to collect all those damn feathers. I want to collect all those damn chests or whatever.
In Dragon Age, it's
and when you go into Dragon Age, I want to collect all those damn shards. I want to collect all these damn quests, and I want to destroy all the fades.
There's always new stuff coming up. Like you explore a new part of the map. Oh, there's like 3 question marks here I gotta check out, you know?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, there's an exclamation mark. What's going on? Oh, it's just someone singing. And I just walk away. Yeah, there's a point. There's actually a point there, and there's an exclamation point, and I just go there. And it's just someone singing. And then I just walk away. Anyway, yeah, Dragon Age. I understand you with the whole filler thing, but I actually like it. It's okay. It's not so bad, because I would actually consider it a bad filler if you're literally just asking me to kill 30 boars or retrieve whatever amounts of shards that you need, like just for the sake of someone, of an actual task in the world map. Because so far all the fillers that I can ignore if I want to, have some kind of story, have some kind of backstory. Like, I think there's one area, it has something to do, each area from what I know is there's a specific, theme or a specific, plot that's currently happening in that area. Like I went to one area where it's filled and it's invaded by the Red Templars. So I have to deal with the Red Templars. I have to take care of the stronghold, take care of the supply lines, and then, the occasional fade ship. And then the other one is like the desert. Like I have to find the Grey Wardens. And then there's also talks of a dragon or of a high dragon, which I have to figure out a bait to bring him down, stuff like that. So there's specific themes. And there's also another one where it's like in the swamps, there's apparently an undead infestation.
But that's the thing here. Like, you don't actually have to do any of those areas.
You don't have to. You can actually
just, as long as you have enough power, and power is like the easiest thing to come across in that game, right? You just do requisitions over and over, and
yeah, you can. But if you think about it, like the good open world games like Skyrim or even Fallout or I guess GTA, if you just ignore all of that, you can just go straight up.
Right.
You're missing out half the game. Because, like, for example, like if Fallout 3, you go straight to finding your daddy. I mean, you only have to find the city with
the difference. I think in those games, like you are at the end game, you're kind of rewarded for doing all that. From what I understand, in Dragon Age, regardless of whether or not you do those optional areas, none of that really adds to the end game. Like, it doesn't matter if you've done this area or not. Like, even if you killed this dragon or that dragon, it's just a loot issue and just a sort of extension. It's just extender basically, but it doesn't actually add to the end game narrative in any meaningful way. Like, okay, if whether or not you help the Grey Wardens, do they show up at the end? No, it's stuff like that.
No, but I haven't seen the ending or anything. But
I'm just thinking.
So it's not really structured towards, like, for example, how they did Mass Effect 2, where you can see the result of like what you've done, like with the I forgot the races already. But you see the overall effect up to Mass Effect, the ending of Mass Effect 2. Dragon Age 3, Inquisition, you do see like this is what happened to the Templars, this is what happened to the Mages, this is what happened to the Grey Wardens, the Tavinters and all that. And this, I think, based on what they're doing, like having each faction have their personal quest and then you being involved in it, could lead up to whatever game that they can work on the fourth one.
That's true, because we don't know. Because
right now,
it's supposed to be the end of this particular trilogy of the hero of Ferelden, of Kirkwall, of. Yeah,
because right now I think this is the best jive or best merge between like as a franchise, because like Mass Effect 3, it didn't quite use much. It didn't quite utilize like the first game and the second game, the moral choices.
Really?
And the thing that happened.
Mass Effect 3 has to make use of a lot of that, like the.
No, compare to Dragon Age Inquisition. This is way bigger. This is way.
He's sighing.
Too much.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it short already.
Dragon Age again. We got so much left to talk about.
All right. You know what?
Okay, you gotta be out in 2 hours.
That's true. Now, all right, let's save this discussion because I think we should continue this. But it's a good debate. But let's move on to some other nominees. There's something here that I do agree with. Developer of the Year was awarded to Nintendo, and I'm fully behind that. I think Nintendo has done an amazing job turning around the Wii U this year.
Oh, no, it's you can't say
that yet. But we
say it's a turn. We see a turn that
the turn happen, right? We don't know how sustainable it is. It was up against, let's see here, Ubisoft, Montreal, I don't know why, Telltale Games, Monolith Software, and Blizzard.
Should I give
really,
it to Blizzard
because of Hearthstone primarily, or?
Dude, Hearthstone is just...
Storm's doing really
dude,
well then.
And Hearth of the Storm, and dude, they switched around Diablo 3. I went, well, horrible. It was a horrible release. Horrible was that, and all of a sudden, they made the expansion like, great. Now everybody just loves Diablo 3. And then they have Hearthstone. They knocked that out of the park, and then now they have Heroes of the Storm, which it looks like they're knocking it out of the park as well. So I think I would give Blizzard the cake on this one.
I have to go with Nintendo just merely because I think the opinion of the Wii U has changed.
Yeah.
The
but if you're talking about like specific games that help Nintendo go up, you'd think Smash Brothers, diba? But Smash Brothers wasn't like developed by Nintendo mismo. It was developed in Namco, and then the other half was like whatever company Sakurai put up.
Well, there's also Mario Kart 8. You gotta.
Well, Mario Kart, and I think Captain Toad just came out. Well,
that's flavor of the month.
Right.
That is the flavor of the month.
Best independent game went to Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
That's
actually a good one. Yeah. What was the nomination for that?
We have Broken Age Act 1, which I played, which was alright. Monument Valley, which I have not played. Shovel Knight Transistor, and then The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. So.
Oh, that was indie.
That was indie, of course.
Apparently it was indie. Yeah.
I knew it was indie. I should have played Vanishing of Ethan Carter, but I did play Transistor. Yeah, I'll give it to Shovel Knight. After nominations.
There's actually more news about Shovel Knight we'll discuss later.
Yes, very exciting news.
Pretty cool news. Best mobile handheld game was awarded to Hearthstone, which I think is a fair award.
That's actually pretty fair, yeah.
Other choices include Bravely Default, Monument Valley again, Super Smash Bros. 3DS, and then Threes. Threes, I think, might have had more of a casual appeal. As far as number of people playing it, probably Threes would have taken it, but I think Hearthstone just...
3 people playing, I don't know. I haven't heard of that.
You haven't heard of Threes, really?
Nope. Like you guys haven't heard of Crossy Roads.
Okay, fair. Best narrative goes to Valiant Hearts, The Great War.
Wow. You played Valiant Hearts. Is this actually
well, it's hard to say because the other choices here are pretty good too. They had South Park, The Stick of Truth, The Walking Dead Season 2, Wolf Among Us, and Wolfenstein: The New Order, which I'm surprised to actually see in this category.
It had a good story though. It was actually a big. It had a big. It was a big reason why I like Wolfenstein.
As far as first-person shooter stories go, it had one of the best ones I've played through in a while. I guess I think Valiant Hearts is a fair contender for this. It did still tell a very heart-wrenching story, and the manner in which it was told is very unique as well. I haven't played Wolf Among Us, so I can't comment. Walking Dead we've talked about. I think it was a good story, but it didn't do anything particularly new in that sense. Right?
Yeah.
And South Park is just
it's South Park.
But if I have to pick a winner, though, based on what I know, I guess I'll have to put The Wolf Among Us over like The Walking Dead and I guess Wolfenstein. With that kind of list, I'd say the Wolf Among Us. It's actually pretty okay. South Park, really. I am now interested, to be honest. Best narrative.
Best score. We had the winner was Destiny.
Actually, it's pretty true. I actually like the sound.
Yeah, the soundtrack is not bad, but nominees included Alien Isolation, Child of Light, Sunset Overdrive, and Transistor. So you would have picked Alien over Destiny for best soundtrack?
Oh, I think so. Alien Isolation, its ambience and its score was the real reason why Alien Isolation is a really awesome survival horror. So I have to say Alien Isolation. Sorry, Destiny.
Best performance, voice acting performance. We have the winner, Trey Parker
Baker.
has all the voices.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Trey Parker has the voices of
South Park.
everyone in South Park, basically. Which, okay, fair enough, he
What?
played everyone, basically. But again,
Yeah.
his competition includes Adam Harrington as Big B Wolf, Kevin Spacey, then Melissa Hutchinson as Clementine, and then
Troy Baker
as Talion from Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor.
Fuck. I want to see this Game Awards lineup. I want to see best voice actor. I want to see if Troy Baker's always there
For
together with Nathan
year
Fillion.
on.
He had a better role this year than.
It's either Troy Baker, Jennifer Hale, and Drake, Nolan North. I shit you not, every nomination they're there. Some character.
Uncharted 4.
I know. Dude, Troy Baker was the voice of I Am Bread. That game that came out, the maker of Goat Simulator.
Really?
Well, yeah, Troy Baker went up there and I'll be the bread.
Wow.
Or whatever.
It's awesome.
Yep. There's a game called I Am Bread. Troy Baker's there. For those who don't know Troy, he's the voice actor of Noel from The Last of Us, BioShock's main guy. Oh, Noel, sorry, Joel. What else?
Joker in Batman Arkham Origins.
Yeah,
that showed how good he is.
Origins. Yeah, he was actually pretty good. That was actually pretty solid. And then he was also in.
I don't know, he's in everything.
Well, anyway, he's a lot.
He's
in everything.
Moving on. We have a category here which is a little weird. Games for change. I'm not sure what this category.
It has to be a charity.
Maybe, but okay. Look, the winner here was Valiant Hearts: The Great War again. The nominees include a game called Mountain, Never Alone, The Last of Us Left Behind, This War of Mine.
That just came out.
Which just came out also. So it's I don't know I don't know what this category is. So I'm not going to comment on it because.
No, I don't want to comment either. I didn't quite see what it. Yeah.
Best Remaster went to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Fuck that.
That's how bullshit this is. That's
right. Yes, that's one big example.
When you compare it to the competition, Pokemon, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire
just came out.
The Last of Us Remastered, Master Chief Collection, and then
Master Chief,
Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
Fuck the hair. No, Master Chief. I'll go for the
Kingdom Hearts
or Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition wasn't even in here.
Yeah.
So.
No, Sleeping Dogs.
Probably much better.
Well, fair enough. The Grand Theft Auto 5 remaster has been getting good reviews, but again,
I'd say that's the best one too. But still,
I'd say, but I still think it's too fresh. You know, like these awards with timing is just.
No, you guys would agree that GTA would be the best. It looks exactly the same to me, except you can go first person.
Much prettier.
It just what is that?
Every car has a working dashboard.
Oh, really?
It doesn't matter. Look,
if you check out prettiness and shit in the game in terms of details, with how many fucking cars there are.
Yeah, but look, for example, The Last of Us. The Last of Us, they had to work up from 30 FPS to 60. And then they had to do so many other lightings and crap and all that. And Pokemon Sapphire and Alpha, whatever, don't know the name. That's a build-up.
Different game.
Yeah, it's a whole different game. And then we have GTA. I'm sure they were working at alongside with their developing. Yeah,
such a cop-out award. I don't know.
It's stupid. I really don't think so. I would give it to either Pokemon or The Last of Us, because I can see clearly the difference. Especially the fact that The Last of Us has an option to either reduce the damn frame rate, so you can actually make a comparison if you'd like.
Best shooter, of course.
Best shooter.
Of course. This actually surprised me. It went to
That's
Far
actually
Cry 4.
As well, yeah.
Again, very new.
Came out.
Again, exactly. What was nominated? Call of Duty, Destiny, Titanfall, and then Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Oh wow, Battlefield's not here.
Battlefield was not here. Yeah, because there was no Battlefield game released this year.
There's no Battlefield this year. Cops and Robbers didn't make it.
I haven't played Far Cry 4 yet. Or Borderlands is not included in this either. So I mean,
Borderlands. I never considered Borderlands a good shooter. It's just.
I would have said
click.
I haven't played Destiny yet. But from the amount of entertainment that you seem to have gotten out of it, Carlos, it seems to be Assault. That would have been the choice.
I heard
I would go with Destiny in a heartbeat. Yes. As much as Yeah, it's much as it's like, there's so much, we've talked about Destiny for a long time already, and there's a weight between, the good and the bad, and all of them are all valid, but no matter what, Bungie had created a very solid shooter. From the moment you pick up your gun and put it stick your eyes on the iron sight, everything was just completely perfect. And the reason why I keep playing it over and over is because of the shooting. So yes, I'd give this to best shooter.
What about
Destiny.
Titanfall? Because remember, the early part of the year, we were all over it. And then...
No, Titanfall's pretty good too. Actually, Titanfall's pretty good. It has to be between those two. Because I'm not gonna, say that Titanfall was bad. But I had a much fun time with Destiny for sure.
Well,
and it had more long,
I'm
replay value at the same
absolutely
time.
sure Far Cry 4 is a great shooter.
I think it's like the most solid Ubisoft game that came out this year.
But yeah, again, that oddly enough when you mentioned that, like, I don't think Assassin's Creed was at all nominated.
Dude, that game is broken. So that's why.
Anyway, best action adventure game went to Shadow of Mordor. I think that is well, I don't.
What's the nominations?
Alien Isolation.
What?
I'll take my words back. Assassin's Creed was nominated. Assassin's Creed Unity. Bayonetta 2, which should have won if you ask me. And then Sunset Overdrive.
Now I'm sad. Bayonetta should have taken that.
Best action
But nobody bought it.
Or Sunset Overdrive.
Shadow of Mordor was solid, but yeah, dude, Bayonetta 2 is
Bayonetta 2.
Right.
Yeah, but I do
Did
give
you play
it
Shadows
credit
of
'cause the
Mordor?
Nemesis system really worked out a lot better than I expected.
That's true. No, and they had a good story with Shadows of Mordor, as much as it wasn't even writing to the whole Lord of the Rings.
They didn't have the
thing.
rights to Lord of the Rings.
No, I mean they never bothered. It was part of the world,
but
they
it
just
can
had their
exist
own
separately without fucking up the lore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wait, are you seriously they don't have the rights anymore to Lord of the Rings? Like
they only got Middle Earth. That's why the title is just Middle Earth.
Oh, okay.
It was a weird thing.
But they just ran out of money.
Yeah, because it started off as a Batman game, remember?
But Lord of the Rings, the rights to Lord of the Rings is notoriously difficult to get a hold of because the Tolkien family is quite protective of it.
Yeah, they got a minute though, so that should be enough.
Yeah, that's true. But I still think Bayonetta should have taken that.
I should have won that. Too bad nobody bought that game.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 2 and Sunset Overdrive has to be like the biggest choices for that category.
Best
okay, what's
fighting
next?
game went to Super Smash Brothers Wii U. I have to put that.
Not the 3DS.
No, I'd say the 3D should have taken that just because of the sheer numbers that sold.
Right, and the fact that it's been out longer than a week. Right?
Yeah, that.
No, well, you can't base a nomination based
on if it's.
Kawa naman Bayonetta, tangina.
It's like the same game but on two different platforms, and it's been out longer.
Right.
That's my biggest gripe about that nomination. You have Super Smash Bros. 3DS and Super Smash Bros. Wii U. I mean,
They were really struggling to find another fighting game to add to the list,
They couldn't find another fighting game. I seriously.
No, we have Killer Instinct Season 2, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, and
wait, Season 2's not even out.
Ultra Street Fighter 4. So, I suppose, but other than
Ultra will always be there because there's always an updated version.
Oh wait, no, Season 2 is out for Killer Instinct. It's just that not
all the characters are yet, yeah. But I think Smash Brothers is the clear winner here. I don't argue with that. I'm just debating on the whole Wii U 3DS thing.
The rumors that they're discontinuing the GameCube adapter because they didn't make enough for the demand.
So why would they discontinue it? They should just
that's the complete opposite of what you should do.
It came from EB Games Canada, I think.
Okay.
And I read yesterday another rumor from Canada again saying that Nintendo is discontinuing the amiibo productions for Wii Fit Trainer, Marth, and the Villager.
What?
Live up to demand then. So I don't know. It's dumb if it's true,
rumors.
but it's coming from apparently EB Games also had some bullshit rumors before. About companies discontinuing crap just because they don't have the amount for the demand now.
Yeah. Best family game went to Mario Kart 8.
That makes sense.
But then the competition included Disney Infinity 2.0, Fantasia Music.
Oh no, that would make more
See,
sense.
Fantasia Music Evolved.
What?
Skylanders
too.
Trap
Actually,
Team,
that.
and then Tomodachi Life.
What?
Tomodachi Life got a nomination. Wait, what's Tomodachi Life again? We had it in the podcast for a while.
With Reggie, like Mii's doing weird stuff, and
it was the Wii. It was the Mii version of. There was the Sims version of the Mii,
right.
or whatever.
Iwata and Reggie doing strange things.
The one with no same-sex marriage.
Yeah.
Nintendo apologized.
But I would have picked Disney Infinity as well. I mean, I think the collecting aspect of it, the characters are a bit more. Mario.
It's either that
Mario
or Fantasia.
Is awesome.
I mean,
no doubt, I guess. But I think when you say family game, for me that implies kid friendly, and the Disney Infinity series is definitely more in that.
More friend, I would say Fantasia more because it will pretty much cover the kids and like the parents and other casual gamers out there. I mean, that'll be more like of a family, a perfect family game, and the only game that would you actually use to connect.
The next category is what makes me realize this is bullshit award.
Are you sure you weren't convinced about the previous ones?
The best sports game, the best sports / racing game went to Mario Kart 8. Since when was Mario Kart 8 a sports game?
I was expecting FIFA to win.
I would put FIFA or any other actual sports as the winner.
The nominees included FIFA 15, Forza Horizon 2.
Dude, is Dota 2 part of the nominations?
NBA 2K15 and Trial Fusion. And Mario Kart
Trial
8.
Fusion?
Yeah.
No, why is racing together with sports?
Another thing, I don't know.
And it's not even like real racing, it's fucking fantasy cartoon racing.
No, if there's one category that can hold its own with a number of things that can put in a nomination list, no, it's sports games because they have every single sport coming out every freaking year.
Made by the same people.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's still like we have that many games to like fill up a nomination list. That's sports,
and they didn't EA released.
And they mix sports and racing game together. Like racing, I understand that not every time you'll have a racing game every year or whatever, right? Like to fill up maybe 5 selections. But
what upsets me is it's not even like real racing. It's fucking cartoon racing.
Yeah, exactly. With shells and things, like.
Yeah, mushroom power-ups.
God. Good lord. Okay, the last one basically, best online experience. Has gone, I think, deservingly. Online experience? Online multiplayer has gone to Destiny. But very, very tough this competition because the categories include Titanfall, which was fun as heck, Hearthstone, Dark Souls 2, and then Call of Duty. I could easily write off Call of Duty, but from the remaining choices, it's a tough call. Yeah,
online.
Good,
wait, this is online or MMO?
Online.
It's not MMO. I guess Destiny's okay because you had like in the beta, you had like a couple of people playing Duck Duck Goose. So I think I think Destiny wins this one. I think because I remember in the beta, like because there was nothing else to do. They wanted the tower and they played Duck Duck Goose. they sat down and then one was going around.
Don't forget about that loot cave that people were lighting up for the game to get that.
Yeah, and at the same time, Destiny had a damn raid thing. Gather your friends, let's raid this vault of glass. So it was very cooperative, it was very online. So I guess he wins the cake. But I think it's really about the Duck Duck Goose one, which I'm trying to do with my friends actually. Well, anyway, that's the nominations. You guys can check it out. I'll put the link on the description below.
Let us know
for
what you think. If you agree with them or you think they're bullshit like we do.
It's obvious.
If you think they're bullshit. Yeah, or you think we're kind of getting a little bit too, we're bashing it a bit too much. Let us know.
Old men now or something.
But the best thing out of it is not the nominations for the Game Awards. It's of course the world premiere. World premiere. Those damn trailers and announcements coming from the game developers showing new footage or new games. One, I think it's not in order. But the first one that came out actually is...
It was kind of leaked, right? Or...
oh, yeah.
No, here's the first one. No, I don't want to do that
All
first.
right.
I'm not going to do that first. But I'm going to do this first one. It's going to be a game called Tacoma.
That didn't really have gameplay, right? It was
Yeah,
just
it was just a lady walking into a space station
space museum.
and then
Yeah, but the reason why I'm kind of like, ooh, it's kind of interesting, because it's the company that made Gone Home.
Right.
So
That's
it's gonna be
true.
idiots.
So I
Fuck.
respect.
So,
and this is supposed to be like you're supposed to be like a repair person or something.
There's something in there. You're a person
Alpha.
checking. It's where I went in space.
Oh, you went there. That's where you went.
There
That's
she's
why it's
checking.
messed up. Okay.
It was you.
What did you do? What kind of party was going on there?
It was a wedding, and there was an open bar.
Space.
In space. It's coming out next year, and I guess I'll throw in the teaser trailer in the description below. It's just around 60 seconds though, and didn't really show much. But if it's the company that made Gone Home,
You know, the premise of it,
something to
the
look
premise
forward
of it
to.
being in space actually like better explains you being alone. Because you have a lot of
that's
movies where it's like space, everything's fucked up, and you're just there alone. But it's kind of like creepy.
And then an alien
And
shows
you run
up.
out of air, and your head explodes.
And Sigourney Weaver, Sigourney Weaver comes out. But yeah, Tacoma. The fact that it's from developers of Gone Home, I'm actually interested. Another one that came out is more footage of Dying Light, which is pretty much the Deep
Zombies.
Silver. Which I consider the true sequel to Dead Island.
Yeah, I actually thought
Because it's the same developers.
When I saw it.
I thought it was Dead Island first. But essentially, Dying Light is, it's a parkour with zombies. That's pretty much what it is. It's not an RPG. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Mirror's Edge with zombies, because it's not like Dead Island where it's like an RPG-esque kind of game where you have like levels and then you pretty much upgrade and repair your weapons. No. You have the ability to parkour to avoid zombies, and you have to, get scared when the light's gone, when the lights are out. Because zombies apparently go apeshit at night. But yeah, I saw the trailer. I am getting sick of seeing this thing over and over. I'm not too sure if I really want it yet. But it's coming out next year, so nothing new. It's just more footage of it. But the next one I'm going to talk about, though, is actually pretty awesome. I think everybody got, I guess they jizzed a bit when they saw it. We got our first look at Metal Gear Online.
Yeah, they announced this like a week before that the trailer was going to be shown at the Game Awards.
And now we saw it was like a 4-minute trailer.
It's gameplay, yeah, it was really good.
It's gameplay, but it was
of course
staged.
like nobody's gonna play it that way.
It was really. Yeah, seriously, they're not gonna play that. But it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, and there was a lot of stuff in it, like
awesome.
the walker from the original Metal Gear game.
Yeah,
you can use it there, and I guess you can use like hero characters.
Yeah, like Snake and
Skip. And then you can actually you can actually put on traps
the husky toy.
What was he doing? Was he admiring the husky?
Yeah.
It's like the magazines in Metal Gear.
Oh no, yeah, he was distracted, not admiring the dog.
But
I guess
the player will lose control of their character.
So kawaii.
Huh?
So kawaii. Yeah, so they have that, and they also had that little mine. Well, not really a mine, more like a trigger where if you go near it, you start, you fly off.
Oh, the
balloon.
One of the guys got a Fulton recovery. Then Big Boss had to shoot down the balloon.
And he said, "Thank you." But what do you guys think about this? Like, it looks pretty awesome. It actually it works solid. It looks like they didn't really downgrade the graphics or the gameplay.
If it's gonna look exactly the same online, it's gonna be really good.
Because it looks very similar to the single player.
Play at all. Remember?
That might be a mission where they're actually fighting like AI, because they had Ocelot at the end.
Sorry guys, my mic's a little acting up tonight.
That's fine. No, but I think that Ocelot was only just for the stage.
I think that was a mission where he was together with players instead of the whole versus that the old Metal Gear Online games had. But I'm sure it's gonna have all the old features of the previous Metal Gear Online games put into this one again. Same.
No, but if you think about it, Metal Gear Solid 5 actually has a lot of online integration into the game, because not only do they have Metal Gear Online, they also have the damn base.
Oh yeah, the whole, base invasions and all that.
Yeah, like that. I don't even know if that's part of online or that's just like in between. It's integrated into the single player one. I don't get it. I think it's in the single player one because it's kind of like you can reduce the resources of the player or something like that. So It's very interesting. But yeah, I like Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Online.
They're probably going to
pretty
handle
awesome.
it better now then because of the experience from past games. Because this is the third Metal Gear Online, diba? Because the first one was on PS2 with the Subsistence of MGS3.
Yeah, Subsistence.
And then MGS4 had it also.
No, Subsistence was 2, right?
No, I
I
think you got to be wary that that what is shown is really not going to play out exactly in real life because, like, you remember that in E3 there was that Rainbow Six trailer that was amazing, but
nobody's going to play it that way.
No one's going to play it that way, and I'm
Only
sure no one's
nerds will play it like that.
Yeah,
they will not play it that way.
Another case where I don't think it'll be played like that.
Yeah, you'll have boots like spinning around, teabagging guys. It's going to be amazing. The true Metal Gear experience.
Did you see that part when there was a box trying to run away from?
Oh no, I did not. I need to
watch the trailer. There's a part where the guy in the box is trying to run away from Snake in the mech. It was hilarious.
Oh, that's how you play MGS Online.
In a box.
In a box.
In a box. Well, next up though, the trailer that came out was, I really hate when they say world premiere, but it's just more footage of Bloodborne.
Multiplayer. Look like.
Well, they show more of multiplayer, more like co-op gameplay. I think what they're trying to feature is the fact that the stage is procedurally generated. I think that's what they were trying to impose. So we've seen the co-op thing already before, and I think they're just showing that some stages will, or I'm not sure if some or all, but they're going to be always super random. And if that's the case, oh my god, I'm so excited for it because Bloodborne is really, it feels like just like a very a Van Helsing-ish version for Dark Souls or whatever. And if every stage will be procedurally generated, I just can't wait. So they have more footage of that. And another game that came out this is actually an announcement or a reveal. We have a game called Hazelight.
I did not.
Do you guys remember that?
I don't think I recall. What?
You're not missing much. It's only just like how EA likes doing stupid trailers where developers talk about their game. They had half of that, and then the second half was the actual footage. But essentially, this game called Hazelight it's the members or the team behind Brothers, the Tale of Two Sons.
Okay.
This is their next game, and they have formed their new studio, which I think is called Hazelight as well. I'm not too sure, but it's now with Electronic Arts.
Oh no,
with EA. I know. Oh no.
You're gonna have to pay for the ending.
But maybe they showed the gameplay footage of this game, and essentially I can literally describe it. It's literally it's a moving train, and you have two characters in a compartment. They open the window, and one was smoking, and the other one just shows up, and then that's it.
So there's no gameplay at all.
You see the graphics. I think it's in-game graphics, but there's no gameplay. They just announced the name.
Is it going to be like a twin-stick puzzle game again? Because you mentioned characters.
I don't know. I doubt it's going to be twin sticks, but most likely it'll be a puzzler, or either a puzzler or a more of a plot-driven game.
It's going to be super depressing again. Goddamn, Brothers was hella depressing.
It was hella depressing. So yeah, they have if everybody liked Brothers, they love what Brothers, how it came out. This is their new game, the developers, and
A Tale of Two Trains.
Next up, we have some footage from No Man's Sky, a world premiere again,
and
which is more ships going from planet to planet,
all procedurally generated.
I just want to see how well that game runs. I know it looks good now, so.
See, procedurally generated. That we've said that so many times.
The year of procedurally generated, remastered.
Cloud has been dethroned.
You have to be wary about throwing that term around because it implies a lot. I remember Spore? That was supposed to be all procedurally generated at some point.
It was generating random shit that I don't care. Yeah, seriously. No, but No Man's Sky, I don't know why people are super excited about this. What? I honestly don't know. I understand,
It's like the exploring aspect of Minecraft meets,
Space,
yeah.
No,
way.
I got excited the first time, but this is how many trailers already. If you minus the whole exploration part of it, what else do we have here?
You just look at dinosaurs on other planets.
Yeah, I mean, like, what else do we, like, if you move, we got that already. We got that.
We don't need to see more. We just want it to come out.
Yes, you have an engine that can make you go from planet to planet seamlessly. Awesome. That's amazing. Stop showing us that the same thing over and over. What else do I do? Can I kill a freaking dinosaur? Do I have a gun? I mean, do I talk to somebody? I want to know more about this. That's what I'm saying. At this point in time. Like, everybody's super psyched about it. But we're not really, it's just like how Destiny, like, I don't know what the hell it was before it came out. Because it kept showing the same shit of how epic it was. Same here. And it had a small team and everything, so we'll see. The next game though, I've been, actually, when I saw the trailer for this one, I've been checking it out. Until Dawn. You guys remember that? The world premiere of Until Dawn, gameplay footage, and it's the survival horror, which is PS4 exclusive. It's like the 8 kids go into a fucking cabin.
That's right. It's the Scooby Gang simulator.
Yeah, Scooby Gang simulator. Yeah, with Hayden Panettiere as the star.
Fucking Hayden, cheerleader save the world.
Yeah, she never. She tries to save this world. We got some like gameplay footage, and it looks actually pretty awesome, but it is more of a QTE kind of thing with a lot of gimmicky features. Yeah, it's not a bad thing yet. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but it looks like Until Dawn is getting a lot of like gestures from Heavy Rain in terms of controls.
That's just great.
Yeah, so like this one's I think the most gimmicky game I've seen in the PS4. I think because. You know how the PlayStation 4, like the light, the light on the top, and you can actually when you move your controller, that's pretty much the Y-axis thing. You can move your controller and do whatever, and actually translate towards the PS4. They utilize that function in Until Dawn because once you go to like specific like very tense situations, you have to either have 2 choices. Like for example, in the gameplay demo they showed, she's running away from the damn psycho with, by the way, it's Hayden Panettiere with just a towel.
Wow,
that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah. She goes into the room. By the way, the hacker is like a fucking clown with some weird teeth.
Is it Tim Curry?
She goes into the room. It might be Tim Curry. She goes inside the room, and then she has 2 choices. Either jump over the bed, jump over the bed and run, or hide under the bed.
Oh,
so
wait,
either
this
hide
is like
or run,
the murder house thing?
I don't know.
Like,
what do you mean murder house?
Parang
it's like a slasher simulator or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's you're a bunch of kids in a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, and depending on what you do, like determines who lives and dies or something like that. All right.
Yeah. This is the game, and how you choose, like what I was saying, like either run or hide under the bed. How you choose those choices? You move your you point your controller at the choice you want.
That sounds like fun.
That sounds a lot like other games we played that involve pointing your controller at things.
Yeah, so if you lift the PS4 controller, you're pretty much if you lift the PS4 controller up, you're pretty much aiming for the top choice, and then if you go down, you're aiming for the bottom.
It's like you point at the sides of the screen, and not actually point a cursor on screen.
The cursor, it seems like it's the flashlight because every character has a flashlight. And it gives you an idea on where your cursor is going. Like if the flash is going up, your controller is actually going up and stuff like that. So that's how you control. That's how you make the choices here in the game. And okay, I saw more footage of Until Dawn on this, and it seems like it's the same thing over and over. But I like the fact that there's like really moral tensions because you have to decide either who lives or die, or if you can find a way to make everybody live.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I feel it's a game with there's multiple playthroughs, I suppose.
Yeah, but like how trial and error is it going to be though? Like I hope it's bigger than.
I think it's very heavy trial and error. I think, to be honest. So I like the idea, but the controls I think is the big.
It's going to be more responsive than the Connect, so that's something.
Yeah, maybe. Another game that was shown, I think the other few, I'm gonna rush these other 2 because we have more footage of the Order 1886, which is nothing new. It was just more bullets
story
flying.
Stuff than anything. We didn't really see gameplay.
Actually, that's actually true. Yeah. But so I think it's the same thing for the Order 8886. It looks pretty good. Shooters, Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. Still looks amazing. Definitely will buy this on day one. Awesome. But I think the big one, actually no, I want to go to this one. I'll go for another game also came out, was also Godzilla.
Yeah, revealed for North America.
Which was revealed because we actually saw this at TGS, but there was no announcement for a Western release. And this is not based off the movie, by the way. This is old school Japanese Godzilla.
Yeah. But the movie Godzilla is one of the characters.
Oh, really? Okay, because I saw King Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla and Mothra.
Mothra.
Yeah. So there's a Godzilla game, so if you guys ever want to be the big bad Godzilla...
You have to break stuff,
there you
that's
go.
the game.
You have to break stuff. But I think moving on though, but I think the biggest one is that we actually got off-screen footage of the Legend of Zelda Wii U. And I don't know why off-screen, but yeah, they had to show
Miyamoto and
gameplay footage.
Like
and Eiji Aonuma, talking about the game.
And they pretty much, what the demo was showing off was pretty much the fact that this game is an open world and it looks huge. They were like pretty much showcasing like, this is a huge game. Like, okay, how do we go from point A to point B? Oh, there's a Epona.
Oh, look, she doesn't hit trees.
Yeah, she doesn't hit trees because, trees horses don't really hit trees. It's such a weird demonstration, by the way. But the game looks amazing.
I like how the horse can like autopilot, like in Shadow of the Colossus, where you just hammer on like X, then it'll just go. Then like you can do other crap now.
That's actually true because that's I think the first. Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus actually made that kind of mechanic because you kind of needed that auto run for your bow and arrow
fights.
No, and you had to fight them with like the bow and arrow, and you have to keep moving, right? So, and then Zelda's applying that to their game, and it's actually pretty. It's a good fit.
It won't run into trees, so you can literally just leave it on autopilot until you reach your destination. Which, if the world is really that big, then that's a good feature actually.
There's no like teleport.
No, I think he implied that there will be eventually, pero
but like unexplored areas, you have to really
be done manually. So that's
yeah. But the game looks amazing.
No, the one thing that kind of put me off though was just how he was aiming with
the gyroscope
with the tablet. Yeah, that kind of be like but
like when he marked the area he was going to by lifting the tablet up and scanning around the room, that I could forgive that, but actually aiming with the gyroscope in combat, I'm not too fond of.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's not
that's too much effort, I guess. It's not very precise as well. But I think the other extra thing that was pretty awesome from this trailer or this reveal was it's coming out. Zelda's still planned for next year, but they did announce that Star Fox for the Wii U. Yeah, it's still under development, and it's planned that Star Fox first comes out, and then Zelda. So we haven't seen how Star Fox looks like. Like, we've only seen a glimpse of it, I think. And the fact that it's coming out before the Zelda, I think Nintendo's going, full force next year.
They were so cheeky about it too, and
I know.
Like, what about
Star Fox?
Like, it's coming out before this, with the dubbing and everything.
It's Nintendo's way of doing it. It's funny. And the last
with the Zelda game, like, the world may be super huge, but I hope it's filled with a lot of things, and not just like empty open terrain.
Yeah, that's
like Just Cause 2 is huge, but like it's one of the biggest open world maps out there, but it's just a lot of like empty mountains and stuff. So hopefully the world is filled out. Hey, you can eat fruits off trees, though. That's something.
Oh, you can shoot them too. Yeah. The other reveals were there's one, which I think was actually a big surprise. King's Quest.
King's Quest is this a remake or a re-release or what? Like, that's what I'm confused about.
Remake.
I think it's a remake. Like, there was no dragon. Like, you see the detail of it. I mean,
they announced that they've been working on this before, so I think this is the first time we've seen it.
But this is the first. This is under Sierra, right? It's
under Sierra, yeah, and it's literally like it's 30 years.
Activision has given the okay to this. They're like,
yeah,
which is great because I remember there was a bunch of fans
Oh, he lost his mic. Hello.
Back again.
Oh, your mic's back. Okay, what were you saying?
Wasn't there like a bunch of guys who were trying to remake the game at some point and Activision shut them down?
Yeah, maybe. But this is like, I definitely, like, the original King's Quest, there was no remake after, like, the original, and this is like the first one, so it's like a 30-year gap. And so the people who were like, getting this nostalgia out of this trailer, like, I guess it's time to bring it back.
Was that old? 30 years?
That game's old, man.
Yeah. 84! It came out in 84.
So that game is old.
I feel so old.
Oh my goodness. Wow, I didn't realize.
84 by now, or is it 30 years? 80? I think it came out at 84.
So like that time, DOS era.
Yeah, it was not even like DOS, it was DOS with like when you had
floppies.
Yeah, that's 30 years.
2 megabytes of RAM was like awesome.
Was enough, yeah. But there, whoever likes King's Quest, you're getting a new one. Maybe you want to dig in the new version of it. The other one though is Adrift.
I don't know what that is.
That looked like Gravity. The film.
It's like Gravity, it's like Gravity, the video game. It's literally, if you guys watch Gravity, if you want to play Sandra Bullock,
Gravity's going to look at Adrift. Yeah.
You buy a Drift. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Nice. It looked nice though.
Yeah, the Earth seems okay. There's nothing else I can say because it's like, oh, it's Gravity without George Clooney. And, the other, I think the one and the last world premiere is, this one is kind of, it was okay. Human Element. And it seems like a mashup of Team Fortress,
like
another Team Fortress-ish
mashup. Zombies meets Team Fortress, yeah.
I say Borderlands / Team Fortress. Borderlands in the sense of the setting. And it looks pretty interesting. It's another first-person shooter, though. And we'll see if it's going to be like Team Fortress. Because I like the whole Team Fortress-based thing, so there. We had like a minute only of it, so we'll just have to see. This is the first thing I've seen of it. I have to see more to really get a good grips of it. But it does feel like Team Fortress-y in a sense. And I think that's it for the reveals of the Game Awards.
Of course, that wasn't all the reveals that we have.
Oh, it wasn't. Well, you want to go with the first ever? Well, it was leaked.
Well, no, I mean, because we did have a lot of reveals at the Sony PlayStation event.
Yeah, which we'll talk about now, and that's a lot of like reveals in that version. I mean,
all there is to say really is that PlayStation has a good year ahead of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, final thoughts on the game show?
It sucks.
Before we hit PS Plus. Okay.
I wonder what it's going to be called next year. The Bullshit Awards.
No, because that's why I didn't actually get to watch it, but from what I've heard, it wasn't exactly a spectacular show.
It looked really boring, man.
Oh, there. Well, I just didn't like the whole nominations thing. That's my thing. And the trailers and the announcements it was okay. It was okay, but nothing compared to the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, this was a lot more exciting.
Yeah, this takes the cake for sure. But essentially, what is the PlayStation experience? It's just pretty much their version of like their solo E3
right.
conference.
And you have to remember, it is the 20th anniversary of the PlayStation, so it's sort of.
That might be why.
Yes, PlayStation is 20 years old, people. That's why I feel old.
20 years old.
To be honest.
The first PlayStation was released 1994. I didn't realize that.
In Japan, yes. So yeah, it's a perfect way to. I mean, they're doing it right. They're doing the anniversary. They have this personal press conference that show floor for the fans and everything. And during their press conference, during their stage talk, they had a lot to show. And the first thing that they showed was the most anticipated game. Well, not really the most anticipated game, but the most shocking game, Uncharted 4. They kicked things off with gameplay footage of Uncharted 4. And it looks pretty awesome. It actually looks pretty awesome. I definitely believe Mickey hates it.
But there was
really.
We talked about it this morning, diba? Nah.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
But it's finally doing things right. Like, enemies can lose sight of you. You can hide in the foliage and all that.
Actually, what's the...
Yeah, they had a lot of mechanics running for them. That's
like all my issues with the old gameplay.
But did you notice they copied Tomb Raider's climbing thing with the...
Yeah, like I also mentioned that, like when you get the pick from the wall, then the wall you can scale with that pick looks exactly the same as Tomb Raider's. It's hilarious.
Yeah. You can, with the, it was like, I think it was like 16-minute gameplay footage, actually. It was 16 minutes.
It was really long.
Actually pretty long. It was really long, and it's the first ever time we see Uncharted 4, and it looks amazing. On Drake, age.
And he has apparently a bigger brother.
Well, yeah, and towards the end, I was expecting an epic. Most likely. I was expecting a big epic set piece to end the show.
It just ended.
Nothing. They ended up with Drake Drake having a brother.
That's
no spoilers there.
It's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer, right? So.
Yeah, it's in the trailer. So it's there, but in between, aside from the graphics, them like pushing the graphics and everything, there's a lot of elements going on. Like what Miggy was saying, that they were showcasing improved AI. They were showing, I think there was a more traverse, it seems like they're gonna have a more interesting level design.
The arena they were in was like vertical. There's a lot of stuff you can climb on.
There's a lot of vertical, and line of sight it's not like up. The guy is in front of you, he will see right away. Like there's a foliage system here where if you're in the foliage or you're under the bushes, you can actually crouch and hide.
Move a bit.
Something similar to Assassin's Creed 4, actually.
Mechanic right there.
Yeah. And that was actually pretty cool. And then they actually put the mechanic on like a pike, like what the Tomb Raider, what Miggy was talking about a while ago, to assist him in climbing, because there are certain rock details that requires the pick. So so you can see that Drake needs. They're giving Drake additional tools, because aside from the pick, you also have the fucking indie rope, which of course you want to staple Nathan Drake as the indie of video games. Yeah. So he has a rope which you can in some cases, I guess you can use the rope to like traverse from one point to the next, and he can actually use that also for combat. But another cool thing was like when he was like climbing up and down, and then he saw an enemy above him, and he threw him off. As a small thing, but when he threw him off, the AI or the enemy kind of clinched. He grabbed his foot, and I think that was pretty cool, because like if someone grabs you and pulls you down like that, I would also grab anything at that point, and
hopefully that's not like a one-time thing.
I hope it's not, because that's actually pretty cool. Like
it was also just an easy QuickTime event where you just have to mash square. So but
which is fine.
If it's not a set piece thing, that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So overall, it didn't really use the whole, the big epic set pieces or anything. They pretty much just show the game, all these different. This actually has a lot of new mechanics.
Yeah, which I like in a video game trailer.
Because if you checked out the 1, 2, and 3, they always bank on the set pieces.
Exactly.
Now, and you think about it, it's the same mechanic over and over. Now 4 has like a lot
improved
of mechanics
going
too,
for it. So.
You were right
about the gun sound effects, though. That was some like child's toy gun sound effects.
Yeah. If you guys are like really squirmy, if you guys squirmy about gun sounds, like Uncharted 4 did not have a good one. It was horrible. But yeah, that's how they pretty much, they started off with that. And then the next one, they had more Bloodborne footage, which is again more procedurally generated, features and whatnot. And then after that, I don't want to talk about Bloodborne because we already talked about Bloodborne already. But after that, we actually had some footage of Batman Arkham Knight.
Yep. And it didn't look anything different from what we saw at E3, to be honest.
Yeah. And it's Batman.
It's Batman. It's Batman.
It's Batman. It's Batman. And it looks pretty awesome.
It looks good.
It looks really awesome.
It looks great.
It looks shiny. It looks so shiny. Batman's so shiny right now. But yeah, we have more footage of Arkham Knight. What's Arkham Knight coming out actually?
Next year,
June?
I think.
Yeah, mid 2015, I think. It's a really big delay. But yeah, it's coming out next year. But the big megaton, I think, it's coming. I'm gonna mention it right now. Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5
was announced.
The day before.
It was leaked. It was leaked. Yeah, it was leaked the day before. But they officially announced it. Street Fighter 5. Ono shows up in the Sony floor with a smile on his face, and he reveals Street Fighter.
I think.
Yeah, and bam, Street Fighter 5. Only for PS4 and PC.
That's the big megaton for me, is actually that and they've said it's not.
No, and here's the kicker. Here's the kicker.
No, it's not a limited exclusivity. It's forever.
Yeah. well, we'll see about that, but that's not the only kicker. The kicker is the PS4 is cross-play with the PC.
We'll see how well that works.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, to the point where it's not hindering, like, you have to buy the PC. Like,
They're locking it down.
Yeah.
Away from Xbox.
You're locking it down, and you're like, oh, we're friends with PC.
Which is weird because PC is Windows, which is Microsoft, which is...
No, but Steam has integration with the PS3, diba? Remember with Portal?
There you go.
That might be
Well,
it.
actually,
That's the
I'm
connection.
really curious, like, how big is the Street Fighter for, like sales on PC? Like, because, excuse me,
Ultra, did Ultra come out on PC? It's a long ass time.
I think it did, yeah. It did. Yeah, I think
remember
it did. Yeah.
AE took
But,
a long time to get to the PC.
Right.
So I don't know about this.
No, but the reason why I'm saying it's the kicker is because I don't think you hardly hear like maybe Xbox or Nintendo side saying cross-platform. I think PS4 is the only one where they keep mentioning cross-platform.
You would think it'd be more natural with the Xbox One, right? Because it's Windows-based.
Yeah, because we have crossplay with. I don't think there's crossplay with Portal 2, but there was Portal 2. There was Final Fantasy Realm Reborn, because PC and PS4 players and PS3 players, by the way, can play together. And then now we're seeing Street Fighter 4 with the crossplay, and it was a big trend for Sony being all cross-platform with PC. That would be fucking amazing, to be honest. Imagine Planet Side 2, which is coming out on the PS4, is crossplay with the PC community. I mean, what on that? Ugh, wow. But anyway, yes, Street Fighter 5. Miggy, what do you think about it?
It looks pretty much the same as 4. Like, I think they're using the same game engine.
It looks like a refined version of the game engine.
Like, a different art style. Like, everything is a lot prettier and smoother and solid.
They
use faces
flashy.
smaller, so he looks less like a square now. That's cool. Chun-Li's pretty again, sporting her face, I think, from Marvel 3.
Yeah,
She had a weird face in Street Fighter 4 because of the art style. And we saw what looked to be new modes, like an EX mode, guard breaks, and
yeah. Well, the one thing I was actually really that I noticed right off the bat was the fact that there's going to be extended stages.
Yeah,
I saw
stage breaking, similar to what we had in Street Fighter 2 in the bathhouse stage.
Yeah, essentially, like you know how fighting games, for those who don't know, they have like there's a wall, like there's an endpoint in the stage, or you could pretty much, yeah. Then like in Dead or Alive and all that, they have stage transitions where you go to another stage. This one is like an extension. Like you break that wall and you have a bigger space now to play.
And like Street Fighter 4, like all the stages were the exact same length, diba?
Right.
It just
they're all the same.
If you add this to like a Street Fighter game, that's going to change up a lot of things.
Yeah, and competitively as well, because like people are so used to the size and the length.
They have it down
of
to
a stage.
science, diba?
Yeah, now it's not. Now it depends on the stage. Now people will have to like go bato piece on stages.
It depends on how many stages will actually have this. But yeah, that's cool that we're getting stage transitions back.
Which will affect actually competitive play, which is cool. And yeah, Street Fighter 5 is coming out. I think it's the biggest megaton in this weekend, to be honest. It's like I didn't expect it to be only for the PS4, like QQ for the Xbox players. Seriously, what the fuck?
They announced that Capcom was working with Dimps on another fighting game not too long ago, diba? And
so
there were rumors of that, yeah. And
people
Dimps
were saying
made
it was either going to be Darkstalkers or like another Street Fighter, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm starting to.
Was it going to be Darkstalkers?
I don't know. I was actually betting for Darkstalkers.
I was hoping it was a rival schools,
Street Fighter
even
5.
though that was wishful thinking.
That's never going to happen.
I would have loved another Darkstalkers, honestly.
I would have loved another Morrigan, yeah.
With the same sprite.
The same sprite.
But yeah, Street Fighter is out. I mean, Street Fighter is coming next year, and it looks pretty trippy. Everybody got super hyped and everything. I don't like the whole like exclusivity, like especially Street Fighter community being locked down to PS4 or PC. But that's for another talk.
It's new era.
It's a new era. Right after the big megaton, they showed more footage of The Order 1886, which is again more shooting and whatever. I don't want to talk more about The Order because there's nothing new about it. It looks more pretty. It looks okay. Yeah. The next one, which is I think the most disappointing one in the damn PlayStation experience, because holy shit, that was hilarious. I know, the biggest show in the world. Square Enix shows up saying that they're going to bring a Final Fantasy game to a memorable Final Fantasy game to the PS4 system, and everybody's freaking out, and they hear the sound of Final Fantasy VII and all that, and oh my god, this could be a remake. Oh my god, it's just an HD remake in 1080p for PS4.
I don't understand how a
the PC version of it
would look any good because
of a PS1 game.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you know what it is. It's the actual size of the PS4. I mean, of the Final Fantasy VII, and then there's like a background, it's like a border.
What?
For 1080p. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. And how else can you stretch the damn cloud sprite?
When you said a while ago that the cloud gaming is dead. It kind of is in this discussion too.
Final Fantasy VII coming to the PS4.
It was so
the
bad then
PC
because
version.
they showed syempre the meteor in the logo, and then they showed like FMVs from FF7, and then they kept showing FMVs from the PS1 FF7. Like this,
and they kept going and going, and it never ended.
No.
And it never ended. It never ended. And apparently it is just an HD remake. Well, not an HD remake. It's more like
because the one on PS3 is a PS1 classic, diba? So it's still all grainy and crap. This one is going to be like a up-res cleaner version.
But it's still going to be blocky as shit. That's the thing.
It's going to be smooth blocks. Like none of the Z fighting or clipping through anything. But goddamn.
Still.
I hope they at least give it analog support. Like when you run around, because that's one of the hard parts to go back. Like,
I don't care. I don't care.
Bad.
Like if they're gonna, I don't know why they're just.
No, they need to make up for this by actually making the remake. I hope that's their game plan.
Moving on, because Square Enix just loves playing games.
If you thought Brothers Tale of Two Sons was depressing, Square Enix is doing even better.
I know, doing a better job. Another new game was announced in the PlayStation Experience. It is a game from David Jaffe.
God of War fame David Jaffe, I think, right?
Twisted Metal.
Oh, sorry.
More on Twisted Metal, actually. Well, yeah, God of War, PS3, 2, and I guess Twisted Metal, PS1.
Yeah, he was God of War.
He was God of War 2, yeah. Yeah. So I think he's already out of like Santa Monica.
He left a long time ago.
Left a long time ago, and I think this is his first game since he left. He created a new studio. He has a new game. It's called Drawn to Death, and it's a third-person shooter arena, and it's pretty much it all happens in a kid's notebook.
Oh, cool!
It's all drawn doodles of the characters and all that, and stages are all drawn by a kid, and it's all happening in some kid's notebook, and it's all just pretty much a third-person chaotic shooter, multiplayer shooter. And there's like it looked pretty cool. The art style is pretty cool. It's still in its alpha stages when I saw the watermark and all that, so like it's not that final. Looks pretty awesome characters. There's one with wings. There's some demons. There's some high sci-fi-ish kind of characters. So it's just like kids' imagination. Like there's no actual set piece of like what setting they're in. They're just making stuff. I mean, the kids there's like a demon. There's a guy with a gun. It's all random stuff. It looks pretty awesome. But it's very, very in its early stages. But it's good that David Jaffe finally showed something after. I think it's after Twisted Metal, the PS3 version. I think
that was his last project. I think.
I think it was last project. I think once he like fixed the Twisted Metal multiplayer thing. So yeah, Drawn to Death looks pretty awesome. The next one, Double Fine shows up.
Yep, Double Fine.
And they actually show footage of, they announced also Broken Age going to PS4, blah, 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 blah. Grim Fandango, they actually show, the footage, new footage. They got, what's the release date of Grim Fandango? Grim Fandango they're making a remastered version of Grim Fandango for the PS4. They showed some gameplay footage of it, like, improved graphics and all that. It looks pretty awesome, and I think it's coming out January?
I think so, yeah, January next year.
Am I right? Yeah, it's pretty early.
They revealed
I thought it'll take a little more time.
Then, pero like, they announced the release date lang now.
Okay, yeah. But they have Grim Fandango, and I think the other one, which I think Miggy takes his
Yes! Fucking Day of the Tentacle is coming back!
Woo!
Special edition. What is Day of the Tentacle? For those who don't
It's an
know.
old Scum game.
It's an old point and click LucasArts adventure made with Tim Schafer was writer. That's the sequel to Maniac Mansion, which was I think the very first Scum VMM game, or next to Monkey Island.
I don't know.
But it's one of the best like classic point and click games there is. It's funny.
It's amazing.
It's got a great cast. It's
got time travel then.
Yeah, it's got time travel and
it's a unique take on time travel.
At some point they'll put time travel.
No, that's the whole premise of the game. It's like you have 3 characters, and one's in the future, present, and past.
One's in the past, and
you have to.
I've never played it this
between the timelines to help them out.
Okay, I never played it.
Game,
it's about an evil purple tentacle.
Ooh, yeah, exactly.
That's basically it. It's great. What makes this extra exciting is because before Disney shut down LucasArts, when they shut down LucasArts, it was said that LucasArts was working on a Day of the Tentacle parang remaster from the ground up, new graphics and everything, and they were 80% done before Disney canned them. So that's why. Raging boner for this video game that's super old as well.
Raging boner. But yeah, because whoever has nostalgia out of Day of the Tentacle, we're getting an upgraded version for the PS4.
So many old stuff coming back. We got a new Star Wars trailer. We got a Terminator. We got FF7 coming back.
Yep. Oh,
you do realize that we got a trailer for Star Wars, Jurassic Park, and Terminator, which kind of made me question what year I was.
Yeah, I saw that meme
at one point.
It was Robin Williams from Jumanji.
With the beard.
Oh, there's a meme? There's a, because I think I was wait, there's a certain point in the year where these were the trailers that were,
it's like 1993 again.
Yeah, and now it's like,
yeah, or something like that.
But
anyway.
The other thing, the last thing I want to mention is that Yakuza 5 also got confirmed for a Western release.
Yes, localization, thank you.
Which is, thank God, because
now all we need is that stupid ancient Japan one.
Yeah, that's the one that's missing.
I still have to do a Yakuza game.
You can do any of them. So they play the same way.
Well, at this point, I think Yakuza 5 will be my first one.
It's going to tell you
I don't have a PS3
all the events
anymore.
of the previous games. Then,
exactly.
So you should be fine.
You'll be okay.
They summarize everything in every game.
But there, Yakuza 5, it's coming, it's being localized, so we're all good with that.
Shouldn't take long because
there's always
they're going to keep the Japanese voice.
There's always a worry though that the next Yakuza game will never get localized because
every time. Fucking Sega.
Yeah, exactly. The games don't sell too much, I guess. Or they're not big movers basically, but they've got a very serious fan following.
They're so serious because the 5th one they had a zombie version.
Nobody liked that.
They had Year Zero.
Yeah.
No one liked that one, yeah.
And then they made Binary Domain.
Which you like so much, by the way. After Yakuza 5, EA also showed up in the PlayStation experience.
You want to pay us for this news we will reveal? $5.99.
Actually, no, you can't get this news that we're going to reveal right now because it's already done. But during the PlayStation experience, you get to get 3 free games. One for each platform. One for each PlayStation platform.
PS3,
so
Vita,
the PS Vita. Yeah, PS Vita you get Need for Speed.
Rivals. Rivals.
Okay, Rivals.
That's a weird name.
PS3 you get Mirror's Edge. And the PS4 you get Garden Warfare, which I got.
I claimed all 3 of them. Yeah, you can.
You can do that?
Oh, fuck. You missed out.
I didn't claim NFS. I didn't get Need for Speed. I have Mirror's Edge in the PC, so I didn't bother. Oh fuck. Well, anyway, but yeah, it's gone because that offers only for the PlayStation
6 hours. It only lasts for 6 hours then.
Yeah, so too bad. But EA was kind of being nice.
Something's up. If they're being nice, something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong. Another big announcement is Killing Floor 2. It's going to the PS4. So all those fans of Killing Floor has a big community, believe it or not. And they're working on the sequel.
Street Fighter 4 is also going to the PS4.
Coming out PS4, yes, that's also a thing.
So,
was Ultra announced also for the Xbox One, or is this?
No.
There's no talk. It's still
PS4
for the PS4.
So far, nothing
with
on
all
Xbox.
the DLC costumes.
So it'll basically be the definitive Street Fighter 4 game.
Capcom is literally siding with Sony at this point because they have so many games on Capcom on Sony's side. Like they have Deep Down, now they have Street Fighter, and then their old Street Fighter. I mean, Capcom's literally like, I'm on this side for now. That's what it looks like.
It's in their best interest, because I think Sony has been the biggest supporter of like the fighting game community overall.
No, but
is it?
They run PS3s at Evo.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's it.
Might be something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and after aside from Ultra and Killing Floor 2, they also announced The Forest, the indie open world survivor horror that's also coming to the PS4.
The one where you
which is
craft.
Yeah.
Well, where you're running away from cannibals, and it's still it's still early access right now.
They stole your baby or.
No, it's already out. I think
it's early access.
Yeah, I think it's already out. But yeah, it's a PC game only, and it's something like DayZ with zombies.
DayZ and Minecraft.
No, it's more
Minecraft
than DayZ. But yeah,
you're actually right.
Because I don't think The Forest is. I don't know if it has multiplayer or not. Actually,
I think it does.
It's still early access. Actually, I just checked on Steam. It's.
Oh, that's horrible.
Thanks early access.
Thanks early access. We talked about that that 2 episodes ago actually. God damn it. Anyway, Forest is coming, and the next one they actually showed some footage of Destiny, their new expansions coming out on the 9th. They showed the exclusive strike for that expansion. I am not that thrilled of it because I don't want to spend $20. But yeah, they showed footage of that. More No Man's Sky gameplay, and here, Migs, you want to take this one about Shovel Knight?
Yeah,
Shovel Knight was also
on PS Vita, PS4, and also PS3.
Yeah.
Am I right?
PS3? I'm not too sure about PS3, but for sure PS4, PS Vita, and Shovel Knight's coming over, and they have a. Is that confirmed, or is it more of a tease?
I think I saw Sprite, so that might be real.
Yeah, well, Kratos actually becomes a secret boss, which is actually pretty cool. So, Shovel Knight's...
There's one other game announcement that sort of leaked that wasn't on either show, but the next Assassin's Creed game has been announced called
Assassin's Creed Victory.
Which will take place in Victorian London.
Is that official?
That's absolutely official.
Assassin's Creed game.
Whatever. Anyway.
Earlier this week.
Yeah, I don't care. Assassin's Creed too much. What else we got here? What's this? Watam? Watam is it's a new PS4 game, and it's from the Katamari Damacy.
Oh my god, then you know how weird that's...
Fucking weird, like Nobby Nobby Boy.
Like, it's Nobby Nobby Boy. So what kind of game is it?
I don't know, but they're making a new one.
Oh boy!
And I think that's it. They mentioned other stuff like Super Time Force going to the PS4, Bastion, Orcs Must Die, Skytorn, a lot of other games going to the PS4 and the PS Vita.
A good place to play a lot of these indie titles now. Because it also you notice that when they have an indie game, it also comes out on the Vita, and you can transfer your saves back and forth. So there's a reason to buy the Vita now.
Yeah, they also announced a game called Killstream, which will be a free-to-play top-down shooter for the PS4. And I think that's about it. That's a lot of announcements already. And I think the big one, they didn't really announce it, but they were because Santa Monica Studios was actually in the PS4 experience, and they had some kind of a talk session or a booth or a dev talk, and then they officially announced that Santa Monica Studios is currently working on the next God of War for the PlayStation 4. They have no footage of it or whatsoever, but they just want to say that, God of War is happening. We don't even know if it'll
still be Kratos.
No, we don't know. They just said God of War, and then Sony then followed up by saying that any footage of this God of War announcement will most likely be shown in a year or two.
So E3.
So probably
most likely E3. But they just pretty much they pretty much just like how Nintendo does it, they're confirming we're working on a new Zelda, they're saying there's a new God of War. That's
just to get people excited, yeah.
Yeah, they just blurted up. Yep, it's gonna happen. And I think that's the PlayStation experience in a nutshell. Which is actually pretty a lot, to be honest. Like, we got Uncharted 4, we got
That
Street
gray
Fighter 5.
PS4 looks mighty nice.
We have that also too. The 20th anniversary PS4 edition, which is pretty much they pretty much grabbed the skin of the PlayStation 1 and then dumped it on the PS4.
Box was like hella sexy. It was all black and had the old PS logo on it.
Yeah. So that was awesome. But yeah, the PlayStation experience, you can actually, I'll bring a link on the description below so you guys can actually watch it, see all the reveals and all the talk. And it's actually pretty awesome. PlayStation 4 looks pretty damn strong, to be honest. Like, I think at this point, they maintained the momentum and to carry over to the next year. And Nintendo has it, I think, also good momentum. PS4 has good momentum. I think Xbox One needs to do something right now. Hopefully they have something for next year.
Because losing Street Fighter, I think, is a big problem.
That's a big problem. And there's no follow-up. I don't hear any follow-up aside from I'm not hearing much about Xbox.
They've been quiet so far.
They've been quiet, and they had amazing games.
You have reasons to buy a Wii U now, and more reasons to buy a PS4, to prepare for next year.
Yeah.
Aside from all the games that came out, then Xbox has nothing.
Oh, it's got Halo and it's got Killer Instinct and some.
Halo 5. Well, Halo 5's also the Halo 5 Guardian beta's coming out sometime around this week.
What else do they have? Because after Sunset Overdrive, they don't have anything else. I don't think.
Yeah, they have no follow-up. That's a problem. But you guys have to take note though that Xbox One's selling more now in this Christmas season thanks to that $5 discount.
$50 discount.
So
that's without
or 50.
Kinect,
Sorry.
You don't get.
So yeah,
without
it's
the Kinect,
cheaper now without the Kinect than minus 50 pa, but only for North America.
Only for North America, yeah. But they're selling. They're still selling. But in terms of follow through, in terms of news and announcements, Sony and Nintendo has currently I think they have the community's eyes right now.
Another reason I'm guessing why Capcom is with Sony more now is because they're both Japanese companies. Then
that's possibly
so that might be an easier approach.
Similar management styles and that.
I
guess how they handled the Capcom Cup is probably on PS3s, so that might be another thing.
Yeah, but I think that's it. That's a lot of
news in the past how many hours long?
Yeah, that was always
one day.
It's just one day
in the weekend.
So many
everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was thinking about the episode, what do we do about the episode, and all of a sudden I just checked out.
Sitting on our ass. What are we going to talk about? Then boom, the Game Awards and PS Experience happen.
Yeah, these two events, these are the things that you should talk about in episode 61. Okay, I'll do that.
And Crossy Road.
We did it.
Yeah, that game is awesome.
Whatever. I think that's it. This is the second to the last episode of 2014 for the TMG Podcast, by the way.
Oh, ever.
2014.
Ever. There's going to be no more. We're done. There's no more episodes for the TMG Podcast in 2014. It's done. Next week is the last episode ever in 2014. But next year we'll be back. Next year we'll be back. Because we have the occasional Christmas break, rest up. We're not going to do the whole daily thing. Yep. We've been doing this every single week except during Christmas and New Year's just to be with the family and stop playing video games.
No, we're not going to stop
because,
that.
We're not going to stop. We're going to stop playing. We're going to stop talking. We're going to stop talking about video games. And then we're going to go all out on the first episode of 2015. But yeah, the 61, our last episode, which will be episode 62.
Then next week.
No, this is the second to last episode. Next week will be the last episode, right?
The last episode of the year.
Ever. It's going to be on December 19. Either December 19 or actually
I can't do 20
I don't know.
Actually 2021. So
yeah, but the next
you're all
episode
gonna get
next week,
Tuesday anyway.
The last episode. Yeah, getting on Tuesday, and that's going to be pretty much our year-end roundup. That's what's going to happen on the last episode. Our best games, what we think is the best games of 2014, what we didn't like, what we liked, what needs an honorable mention, indies, whatever. What else am I missing? But it's an overall talk about 2014 in a nutshell. That's episode 62, and I think that's it. Where's my water? Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. I missed podcasting, just out for one episode.
All right.
next episode.
And I love just doing it. But yeah, thanks for listening. I keep saying thanks for watching. Thanks for listening
watching
in.
with your ears.
Yes, sir. We have an episode every Tuesday, around either in the morning or in the evening. But be sure we have an episode every Tuesday. If you guys if you haven't subscribed yet on iTunes, do it now. Subscribe, rate and comment, because we have an episode every week, literally every week.
But not next week, because it's the last episode ever for 2000.
So do subscribe, get updated, so you can guys get the latest episode every single time our new ones comes out. Do follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. That's the Too Much Gaming pages. If you guys check out our previous episodes, we have a full archives on our website, www.toomuchgaming.net. Do check it out. We have our game reviews there. Will just has his what is that? The graphic novel review.
Oh yeah. That's up.
That's up.
If my heart had wings.
If my heart had wings.
So you go check that out. We have some game reviews and also our video content from Miggy and sometimes from us. Let's plays, game reviews.
I finished the Star Wars game I've been working on. It's bullshit.
Also, our full coverage of ESGS is already all up there on our YouTube channel, which is the TMG blog. So go check that out. We have we're almost close to 1,000 videos, for fuck's sake.
We're actually
we have a lot of videos.
1,000 for a while now. Yeah, we're at 1,096.
Oh god. Okay. We need some kind of celebration. But yeah, that's it. That's it for the TMG Podcast episode 61. Thank you for listening in. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.